really disappointed. We know we had some guys missing, but we honestly felt coming into this series that in Australia in particular we could beat India. But as I said, throughout the series, more often than not, when those big moments came up, Virat scored 100, or Pujara scored runs, or Bumrah bowled a great spell, and we couldn't quite get through those moments, and that's how you win Test matches, and that's why India won this series. They stood up, their best players stood up in the big moments, or when they were falling behind in a game, one of their good players dragged them back into the contest, or when they were in front, their good players put the foot on us and took us out of the game, like they did here in Melbourne, Sydney and Melbourne. So look, we can learn a lot from the way they went about it. We've got to make sure we do, and have a week off and come back to the Sri Lanka series, and as we've said a number of times, making sure we keep trying to get better, and everyone in our group is trying to do that, and we've got faith that the guys we've got around the team are the right guys. We've just got to keep putting some faith and trust in them, and they're learning on the job a bit, but I think we'll get there. The obvious one was the Adelaide Test. We honestly feel that we let that Test match slip. We thought we had a number of opportunities during that Test to go well ahead of the game, and when those key moments came up, India outplayed us, to be honest. Looking back now, we had won that Test. If you win Perth, we got outplayed in Melbourne, then you have a washout. It could have been 2-1 the other way. So it's funny, in a big series of 4 Tests, 5 days a match, you go back to a couple of key moments in the very first Test match where we let ourselves down, or India outplayed us, and you get to the end of the series and it's really hard to take. But yeah, everyone's different. I think this one's been slightly different. You kind of had a few days knowing that we probably weren't going to win this Test match and the series was gone. So there's always conversations going on in rain breaks, how you can get better, and where we've lost, and what we're looking forward to as a group. So again, we get the great thing about Test cricket is in 2 weeks we get another chance to go out and play some better cricket. We know we have to play better cricket. We know India outplayed us and deserved to win this series, so we've got to accept that. We've got to be honest with that. We've got to look at the areas where we need to improve, and we'll have those chats in the next day or two. Again, from a batting point of view, if you look at what Marcus Harris and Travis Head have been able to do, I think they're 2 examples of guys who might not have played any Test cricket at this stage, and they've got an opportunity through an unusual situation, and I thought both of those guys acquitted themselves really well. The other thing, this attack was seriously good, and I don't think in Australia we've given them enough credit for how relentless. The 3 quicks bowled pretty good pace. They're relentless in their pressure. They don't give you much. So it was hard work batting against their attack for seasoned Test players. So for Marcus Harris and Travis Head in particular to show that they've got the games that can make runs against the best attack in the world, I think that's a real positive. Everyone in our top 7 didn't play as well as we would have liked. I thought Marcus Harris and Travis Head, I think Travis Head was our leading run scorer for the series, and Marcus Harris, in most innings he played, showed that he can make it at this level. He can be a very good Test player, so got some positive there. The rest of us didn't score enough runs, so to put that on Uzi and Sean is probably a little bit harsh, but again, both of those players we know are absolute class. We know they can score a lot of runs at this level, so we've got faith in them going forward, and as I said, for selection stuff it'll go on in the next few days, and at the moment I'm not in a place to sort of comment on it. Yeah, clearly we know we're not going to win too many Test matches without scoring 100, so it's a huge focus of any Test match batsman. That's what you're judged on. If you're going to bat in the top 6 in Test cricket, you need to be scoring hundreds. We know that. Our players know that. But yeah, maybe for some of the guys who have, are in their 3rd, 4th Test match, it's hard sometimes to look and say, I haven't scored any hundreds. But as I said, Marcus Harris and Travis Head showed, and Marnus in the first innings here showed that they can score hundreds. They can score runs at Test cricket. So yeah, I think it's difficult when it seems so far away, but there's 3 guys there that are 1 innings away from, I think, really breaking through, and we know they've got the ability to do so. We've seen that. We had so many starts as a batting lineup this series. It's just a bit of experience and learning how to convert those, and as I said, getting through tough periods of play and tough spells. I'm not too sure. to be honest. Again, we'll have that conversation in the next couple of days. I think all the bowlers are fully fit. I think our bowlers at times bowled really well in this series, at times they didn't. Sometimes that was due to the pressure they were put under by the Indian batsmen, and that can happen. But I think the group of bowlers that we've got in this team have been fantastic for Australia for quite a while now. And yeah, they didn't have their absolute best series, but you know, it's not easy at this level, and it can happen.